Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What is going on, everybody that is tuned in out there right now in the internet world, internet land, cyber land? What's going on? It's your boy Mark D, man. We are live on 7mileradio.com right now, and I have a special edition, a special broadcast of Word on the Street for you today, with a very knowledgeable brother, man, a very good friend of mine, longtime friend, man, that has taught me a whole lot about this certain industry that we're about to discuss, man. And it's a very, I'm gonna say, important issue that this fills the void of, especially in the city of Detroit, where we have a lot of violence that happens specifically towards women. Right. I mean, we know that that happens all over the world, all over the country. But where we are right now in Detroit, man, we've seen a spike, and especially recently, man, women and kids, violent crimes that that are committed against women and kids, man. So I have a brother, a good brother of mine, man, that is here today to talk about one of the things that he is doing to combat that issue here in the city of Detroit, and maybe even in other places, man. I have a good brother by the name of Rick Ector from Rick's Firearm Academy of Detroit joining me today. How you doing, good brother, sir?
Hey man, every day you get to see is a great one, man. Glad to be here and glad to be on your show today, man.
That's good, man. Good to hear, man. So we, like I said, man, been working with you for a long time, Rick. Been watching you, and you've been watching me, and you've been doing this thing here particularly for a long time, man. We have a real big event that's coming up this weekend on both days, on Saturday and Sunday. You are putting together. You've organized once again. One of the greatest events of the year in the city of Detroit, or in Southeast Michigan, I'll say that. We have this women's training event where you are training, giving free firearms training to women in the state of Michigan. So let us know a little bit about that, Rick.
Yeah, this upcoming weekend, on this upcoming Saturday and Sunday, July 30th and 31st, there will be an awesome event. There will be free firearm training available for women. It will happen at two gun ranges simultaneously on both days, that's Saturday and Sunday. The two ranges at which this event will transpire, will take place, will be a recoil firearm and top gun shooting sports. On both days, the event will start at 9 o'clock, and people who have pre-registered will come at their appointed time. We have 5 time slots for each day, Saturday and Sunday, also for each range. So if you have a particular range that you want to go to, one versus the other, you have the option of selecting which range you want to go to. If you have no idea of what going to a gun range is like, just randomly pick one and make a selection. I guarantee you will not be dissatisfied with your election. Now, the question that inevitably probably comes to mind is, how can I find those links to actually register for the event? Mm-hmm. I have tried to judiciously place those links all over the place, hoping that people will stumble into them. However, since we're on, I believe this is Facebook Live, I would first make the suggestion that you go over to my Facebook business page. If you do that, it's at facebook.com/Michigan CCW, and you should see an event listing, and you could click into the event and then hit the link. For some people, that's a little too adventurous, and then other people, man, they got off of Facebook because they were dissatisfied with something. I would just direct those people to go over to my blog. My blog is legallyarmedindetroit.com. And the very first article on that blog is an entry about the women's shooting event. And it has all of the links listed, sorted by date and gun range. So you can quickly and easily figure out where you want to be, click the link and register. And here's the thing. I'm not conducting the census when I put this information out here asking you to fill out a form. I just want two very basic pieces of information. The first one is your name. I want your name. And no, I'm not affiliated with the government. If you want to, you can give me a fake name. Just remember to answer to it when someone calls you. Give me your name and your email address. I need your email address because I'm going to send you an e-ticket to your email address. And so when you arrive to the venue, if there's a question as to whether you're registered for that time slot, you can easily and conveniently pull out your email notification and show it and verify that you're supposed to be at that range at that time on the appropriate day.
Dig that, dig that. So now this is, as we said earlier, you've been doing this for quite some time. So this is your 11th annual, right?
11th
11th
annual
annual.
consecutive
Consecutive.
event, man. And I throw that consecutive in there, man, because we didn't take any years off, man. You know, a lot of events that a lot of people wanted to attend, you know, like festivals and carnivals and auto shows and conferences and all of those things, they shut down, man. But we took an abundance of precaution. You know, we listened to what the experts were saying, and then we went above and beyond that, man. And we didn't have any issues during the event or in the aftermath. I'm glad that we kept rolling, man. As a matter of fact, the current high water mark for this event actually occurred in 2020, man. Since there was high interest in the event and there were a lack of other alternatives for people to explore, we had 1,938 people visit us that weekend.
Wow.
And yeah, I know. And see, here's the thing. I only had one gun range per day, one gun range on Saturday and one gun range on Sunday. And it was such an unexpected number of people, man, that, you know, folks had to wait a little bit before they got in.
Well,
But
that sounds like a good problem to have, man, considering, you know.
it is from my standpoint, the promoter, man. But, you know, I have to, you know, take it to a different level and say, okay, I have to
Or
put
you have to
myself
compensate that.
I have to put myself in the shoes of our visitors and our event participants and figure out what can I do to make it better. And to make it better is to expand capacity. So that very next year, last year, we went to 2 gun ranges per day for 2 days. And so I'm going to, you know, try that again this year. And hopefully everything works out, bears out. If there's enough people interested in a free shooting lesson, you know, this format can continue. Otherwise, I may have to, you know, consider making some changes. Maybe treat, you know, the 2020 as an aberration and go back to normal. So we'll see if we have a new normal or if we can grow this thing beyond our current high water mark and see what can happen.
Oh, well, yeah, we're going to try to help you push, bro. Absolutely. And, you know, speaking of where the links are, you know, we posted that on our website as well, 7mileradio.com /Ricks. What did I say the name was? Let me not misquote it. It is actually Women's Firearm Training 2022. 7mileradio.com /Women's Firearm Training 2022. And you'll get all of the info, all of the links, the Eventbrite with the Eventbrite links with the according dates and the according gun ranges as well on the website for everybody to check out there as well. And you have a Facebook event page as well, correct?
Man, yeah, I have it all out there. And one thing that I want to make sure I want to get to the question and then I'll hit you back and add into the ad take a pause. You do not need anything to participate in this event. You know, I'm getting questions such as, do I need to bring anything? Do I need to bring
I need to bring a
safety
gun.
glasses? Do I need to bring earplugs? Do I need to bring a gun? Do I need to bring ammo? Do I need to bring a target? You do not have to bring anything. Just be there on time, on the right day, at the right range. And you'll know all that when you register because you'll be clicking for the range and the day and the time when you register. And if you happen to forget, you will get an email notification right after you sign up. And if I'm really on it, I'll send out reminders, but I'm not committed to sending out a reminder. It's not that many days ahead of time. And man, I have to do some fancy data manipulation with large data sets of emails and trying to extract names and email
It's a
addresses and dates.
lot of computer work to get that done. A whole lot of extra
It
computer
can
work.
be done, man, but it's more work than I'm willing to invest. I
hear
mean,
you.
just
I hear you.
imagine if just imagine if you went manually into 1,000 emails and had to look at each one of them and pull out the name and pull out, what range they were going to and what time. It would probably be impossible
It
to do
wouldn't
it
even
by
be
hand.
worth the event at that point. It wouldn't even be
But
worth the
then
event.
trying to set up a system to programmatically do that, man, that's going to take a lot of time, and I don't think the payoff would be worth it. But
There it is.
yeah, I don't think a few days before the event you're going to forget where you're going to be. Plus, you're going to have an email
Email
notification
reminder.
in your inbox, and when you get it, if you forget things, set yourself an alert or an alarm on your phone right then and there, and bam, problem solved.
So now, with this being something that you do, you've done yearly, right? Now, I know you do to be active in several different gun advocate events throughout the year. If someone wanted to contact you for CPL classes regularly, is that something that they can get with you to right now as well, or what?
Yeah, I do that on a regular, ongoing basis. As of right now, I haven't even attempted to even do anything of that nature because this event sucks up so much of my time. And one of the big challenges I have this year is making sure that I get the word out. And that's why I am so appreciative of you allowing me to be on the show, man, and be able to talk to your audience.
Hey
It's
man,
been nothing short of amazing watching your site blow up with all of the people that you have that like your page, man, and follow you. You're like the guy here in this area with regards to getting the word out about various things. But you've had some heavy hitters on this show, man, some really popular and famous people. So
yeah, man,
that
yeah.
really shouldn't be a surprise,
I
man.
got a real popular and famous person on my show right now, man, and I have a pleasure of
Oh man, please.
working with many times, man.
Please.
Many
I wish
times,
I
brother.
was. I wish
But
I was, man. But like I said, I definitely appreciate the opportunity to come out onto the show. I know it's kind of, some people probably weren't expecting us to just pop in on the internet and have a conversation about the event. But if passerbys happen to come by, people are looking and watching, definitely chime in and let us know what's on your mind. If by chance you happen to catch this video somewhere out on Facebook, wherever
YouTube, wherever
it's
we at.
YouTube, wherever you catch it, watch it to the end, and hopefully we'll have all those questions answered. If not, just reach out to me on Facebook. With all the technology I'm using, I'm actually doing a decent job of quickly following up with any questions that people may have. But there's not really a lot of information people really need to know. They need to know where to go to register, how they're going to get notified by email, keep the email, show up on time. You don't need to bring anything. Bring a positive attitude. And you know what? I probably shouldn't have to say this, man, but every so often there's at least one person that does it.
Uh-oh. I think
I
I know it.
realize that
I can feel it coming.
there's certain things that are legal in the state of Michigan and otherwise. It is not going to be appropriate for you to be or to have indulged in some activities that leave a certain aroma, in your presence, and I'm trying to delicately say this,
I can
but
say it
here's
for you.
the
You want me
thing.
to say it for you? I can say it. Don't smoke weed before you come to the gun range, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, it's illegal for you to have or be in the possession of illegal substances or, well, in this day and age, altering substances, personality altering substances. Okay, and a firearm. They're not gonna let you shoot if you're high. Okay, not gonna let you
You
shoot
don't
if you
even, you know what?
drunk.
You don't even have to be high, man. If you have that aroma about you, and I don't know much about this, man, so I will defer to any expertise that other people have. I don't know how long the effects last, how long you can smell it, but there have been people that have
Right.
came through the event and said it had been quite some time. And in one case, someone said it was like the previous day or something. And I'm
Right.
like,
They were
well,
just around someone that was smoking or something.
or yeah, you might even be around someone, that it was smoking, and some of the stuff that's out there, is very pungent. And
Right.
if you
Right. Right.
catch any of those, scents and you bring them with you, man, you may be all right and good to go, but I can't tell, and I have to play on the side of
It's a
caution.
liability. It's a liability,
It's a
basically.
liability issue.
Yep.
So yeah,
Yep. 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 There it is. There it is.
so I'm just gonna, carefully state that because I don't want to be a killjoy. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news because I want folks to attend this event and to come out and learn a few things and also to have some fun. Shooting a gun is a lot of fun,
It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun,
and it's
and it can
expensive,
help you.
and
Huh?
it can be expensive. But see, here's the thing: this event is free.
And that's why it's important that as many women come out as possible. Right now, if one of the dudes, one of the fellas, try to waltz through the line, man, what you gonna tell them? Now, this is only for women, correct? This is only for
See,
the
I was entertaining that thought. Yeah, I would say that this is a women's only event. But I tell you what, regardless of the politics, man, you look me in the eye with a straight face and tell me you're a woman, I'll probably wave you on through and just
Oh
leave it alone.
no! Hey man, I'm about to say we live in a day and age where you can't deny. If somebody tell you that they're a woman, man, you'd be wrong if you tell them that they're not, man. You know what I mean? So
Right. So you know what?
let.
Whatever you say you are, I'm gonna roll with that because I'm not checking anything.
Hell no. Hey man, so just in last point, man, you know what I mean? Like I said, you've been doing this for a long time, man, and we have a lot of situations in the city that's going on, man, and is this part of the reason, part of the motivation, the inspiration, and why you started this event to train specifically women? What was it that made
Oh
you feel
man,
like this was
excellent question.
necessary?
Excellent question, man. It was exactly 11 years ago, man. I was watching a local newscast on TV. I was watching Fox 2, man. And they had this very disturbing story on the news. It was a story that recounted a woman's body being found just laying in an alley, laying on the street, man, like she was thrown away. And I say her body because she was obviously killed and someone had, sexually assaulted her, had raped her. And I thought that this was a particularly heinous thing, man, to happen. And, it's one of those things that for me personally, it was on my mind a lot, man. And I just couldn't get it out of my head. And I was thinking that, maybe someone could do something about it, like, could someone solve that problem?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
we'd
right.
all like the we'd all like the perpetrator or the bad guy to be caught and brought to justice, man. But how about take it a step further, man? How about when someone tries to actually commit that evil against a person, that we do something to empower them to at least protect themselves, man? And I'm a firearms instructor, so what can I do, right?
Right, right,
Teach,
right, right, right.
teach women how to shoot, right? I can do that. And if I want them to do that, then how can I convince them to take me up on the offer? And the solution is to remove all barriers altogether, man. No admission fee, no gun, no ammunition, no targets, no eyewear, no earplugs, a target. I mean, just take care of every possible thing, right? I've done everything but find a babysitter, man. But if you can come, you laughing, I'm serious, man. I've done it all. All you have to do is get there. You're going to have a range safety briefing, and this is to give you some basic fundamental information about guns. And if you just casually pay attention, Gun safety is not rocket science. You don't need to be a genius. You just have to be exposed to the information and follow it each and every time that you know handle a firearm. And so we tell you how to be safe with a gun, and we demonstrate how to be safe with a gun, and then we take you to the booth. And here's the thing: we're not just going to leave you all brand new to guns and tell you, hey, do everything we taught you. And we're going to have a firearm instructor right there with you the entire time to make sure that you follow all the steps in the proper sequence and talk you through it, and to have you confidently and accurately registering hits on your target, man. It's probably the best fun you could have, you know, in a day, man. You know, and I always joke and tell people that I can only think of two things that are more fun than shooting a gun. I'm not going to go into all of that on your show, man. But shooting a gun is a lot of fun, man.
Yep, man. It definitely is, man. And like I said, you kind of opened me up to to the legal side of things as far as carrying and just the benefits and all of that, man. All the way down to the legal firearm insurance. You know what I mean? Like I had no clue about that whole world until I came to Rick Ector's firearm class. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
you know
that's
we
the thing that people really don't think about sometimes. Let's just say worst case scenario, and I wouldn't want to wish this on anyone, right? Let's say you're out and about, you're legally carrying, you know, you got your license or you're properly open carrying. I'm not even going to get into that whole conversation, but you're lawfully armed and you're somewhere you have a right to be, man. And
right.
someone decides to either attempt to rape you, attempt to do you great bodily harm, or attempt to kill you, right? You have a legal right in the state of Michigan to defend yourself with lethal force, you know, without a duty to retreat, right? So that means you don't have to try to run away first like we used to. So let's say worst case scenario, you're attacked and you defend yourself with your gun and you actually had to shoot this person. You know, what happens in the aftermath, right? Obviously, you wait for the police to show up. Well, what do you say or what don't you say to the police? What happens after you get arrested? Yeah, you're going to get arrested. It's going to happen. I guarantee you, regardless of the circumstances, you shoot someone, they're going to take you for that ride down to the, you know, to the police station or to the detention center, and they're going to, you know, do their investigation and figure out what's what. So one key thing, you know, that you'll learn is that silence is your friend, and it's probably a good idea to have an attorney. And this program offered by Firearm Legal Protection, you know, they're a sponsor of our event, and they provide a very cost-effective solution to those set of circumstances that you may find yourself in. I can't go into all of the features of the
Logistics.
program. You know, there'll be a rep, you know, no obligation rep at the event. And if this sounds like something that you want to explore, and I definitely encourage people to do it. I'm a member of FLP myself. It's a no-brainer
As I am as well.
you know, and I'm not tripping on myself, man, but there are people out, you know, in the Metro Detroit area, man. And I tell you, generally speaking, there's two reactions if people recognize me, right? If they recognize me, they're like, hey, how you doing? You know, and they might ask me a question, you know, about guns or something. And then there's other people, man, who don't have a very favorable opinion of me because they don't like what I do. I teach people how to defend themselves, and I teach people how to carry guns. And there's some anti-gun people that don't like people that
They
carry
carry
guns.
guns.
Some
Period.
people, and some people get very nasty and ugly about it. You know,
Right.
I just try to keep it moving and stay out the way, man.
I'm glad you brought that up, man. Kind of off subject, but still on subject, man. As we talking about the void that you feel with providing this class to the women, we see a spike in mass shootings right now in this country, right? So since you have come up with and organized a plan to be proactive as opposed to reactive in solving the issue of the crime that is committed against women. What would you suggest but your observation and your expertise in this area could be done in the arena of mass shootings, since gun control, gun control, gun control is always what's the cry anytime a situation happens like this. What is it that you feel like could be or should be done to combat that problem in our country?
Well, and it's really coincidental that you bring this question up, man, because we literally saw this event play out just the other day. There was an event somewhere, and I think it was like an 18-year-old, 19-year-old with a gun
Hmm.
flipped out and went crazy and shot a couple people. And from the accounts I've heard, less than maybe 30, 40 seconds later, the term that we like to use, a good guy with a gun was there, realized what was happening, and quickly made that crazy guy stop, man. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it happened. I mean, the violence started so quickly, but here's the thing: you had a good person who was able to make him stop quickly. And yeah, I believe there were three people the last time I checked on the story who died, and I think there were two other people that got shot.
Now,
But there could have been a ton of people who could have been injured, because a lot of these people who do these types of events, they go to places which are, labeled or
gun
designated as
free.
free zones.
And I was about to
Because
say, not to cut you off. I wanted to, I remember, I believe I'm familiar with this situation. Now, didn't this actually happen in a so-called gun-free zone?
well, it wasn't a legal gun-free zone. It was like a business owner, and if you own a business, you have a right to put up signs, right? And
Okay.
their preference was to put up a sign that they didn't want customers on their premises, carrying guns there. And if it's not against the law, some states it is, but just merely putting up a sign doesn't mean that you're breaking the law. It
Doesn't
means
make it
that,
an ordinance or
right,
a
you
law.
just chose not to, follow that recommendation. Now, if you happen to be carrying concealed and you don't do a good job of it, and some people, man, I mean, you probably see them out and about, and they're carrying concealed, but based on their clothing choice or based on how they carry it, you can pretty much tell that they're, carrying a gun, right?
Right, right,
Because
right.
me, I'm always looking, because it's almost like a hobby of mine. I'm carrying, and I don't want you to see mine, but it's kind of moot in my case, because if you recognize me, you're probably guessing
He
rightly that I'm
probably got a
carrying.
gun. You know who he
Yeah,
is, right?
yeah. And so I'm looking at you, trying to see if you got one. And here's the thing: sometimes I can find it on people, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm not sure. But
Right.
it's like one of those hobbies I gauge in when I'm out and about, man. I don't let strangers get close to me. I keep my distance, and I'm checking for guns, man.
Right, right. So at the end of the day, like you say, as far as combating the issue of the mass shootings, you would just say arm more people, huh? What is that? Is that
Arm
the
more people, man. Let me tell you, if I thought that I wanted to commit some violent, heinous act, if I thought I was going someplace where someone could make me stop, I probably won't go there to do this atrocity. I'm a proponent of just getting rid of gun-free zones altogether, man. But some people
I mean,
aren't
yeah,
ready
because if
for
you
that.
look, a lot of the mass shootings or the major incidents that we have involving guns like this that hit the news are all at or around the gun-free zones. We're talking about schools and churches, right?
Right.
These are
Well, see,
these are
here's
two
the
places
thing.
that you're not supposed to bring guns.
Well, there's quite a few places where you can't, carry a
Right?
gun.
Yeah.
But here's
But I
the
mean, we've
biggest
had. Listen, I
problem.
mean, here's the thing, right? Okay, we just had. I don't know if you're familiar with the situation. I know you're not really too into the newer age hip hop scene, right? But Yo
Oh
Gotti, who's
man,
a
you're about to embarrass me now, man,
no, no, no,
because
no. I'm just saying because
there's a
there's a guy
certain
named.
timeline after a certain point, man. I can't keep up anymore, man.
No, most definitely. But I'm just speaking on the situation. We had a concert that was thrown by a very popular hip hop artist recently. Yo Gotti he had his CMG Fest for his label, and a guy was just stopped from doing a mass shooting at his concert. I believe it was at a stadium in Memphis, and because he said he broke up with his girlfriend, and he had just arrived at the stadium, and I forget, they took a arsenal of weapons off him, and they said that he was about to go in there and shoot people because he was mad that he lost his girlfriend at a stadium. Again, another quote gun-free zone.
Yeah, man, and you know what? If you are willing to kill a lot of strangers who did nothing to you because a woman broke up with you, man, yeah, there's something wrong with you. I realize, people are in love and all of that, man, but it's not that serious.
Yeah, I was just speaking on how it was, we got the schools, the churches, and now it was a recent one that was attempted at a stadium. You know what I mean? They're all gun-free zones. So like you said, it's kind of, obvious that the gun-free zones need to be banished because these are places that the criminals look at as soft targets and places that they can go to actually commit these crimes.
This conversation is really relevant when you bring up the fact that here in Metro Detroit, and I'm not going to mention her name, but if you're politically astute and keep current, you know who I'm talking about. Our county clerk is taking anywhere from 6 months to 8 months, and in some cases up to a year to approve your concealed pistol license, right? No, not to approve it. What they're doing is taking up to 6 months to a year to give you an appointment to come in and turn in your application and pay your application fee, right?
Wow.
And then on top of that, you got another 30, 40 days for them to approve it. But here's the thing. People need a gun now, and you got to wait anywhere from 6 months to a year to just turn in your application to get one after you've taken the training. I mean, and it's been this bad for so long, man, that in some ways, man, I'm at the point now, I'm telling people, hey, be careful of who you vote for. You can find a county clerk, running for office, in Wayne County who's dedicated enough to the job to process applications in a timely fashion. I mean, when you look at it, have they really slowed up death certificates or have they slowed up birth certificates? No.
Any other paperwork that's processed through the county clerk, has it? Has the process became any longer? I get what you're saying. So it's almost like
if they can
specifically doing this to the gun, yeah.
If they can process, all these other important documents, what makes a concealed pistol license any different, man?
You kind of answered my question before I even ask it. I was going to say, so do you think like it's a specific reason why they're almost redlining the CPL licenses, preventing people from getting them?
I can't say factually. I'm just saying, in my opinion, they are not pro-gun, and I think they're trying to actively discourage people. Maybe they think that as our government officials that it's their job to protect us and keep us safe rather than read the Constitution. But that's another argument for another day. I mean, it's so bad for so long. I'm at the point now where, look, just get rid of the licenses altogether. And if you're, I don't know, whatever age we agree upon, if you're 18 and can pass a background to own a gun, you know what? Bam. You can automatically, legally conceal or open carry your pistol wherever you have a legal right to be. Let's just be done with this whole concealed pistol license altogether. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh man, he's a firearms instructor. He's trying to put himself out of business. Look, man, I have many talents, many skills, brother. I will survive.
Well, yeah, man, and that's something to open our minds, man, and have people think about exactly what needs to be done to fix this issue. That's an interesting thought. Just get rid of the CPL.
Just get rid of it altogether, man. If you're a decent person, you have a decent background, go buy a gun and carry a gun. Just carry it wherever you can legally do it. I mean, without having to apply for a license and having to reapply. Like, why in the world do we have to keep reapplying for a license every 4 or 5 years anyway, man?
Anyway,
why?
Right.
I mean, because if you're accused of doing something bad, they're going to suspend it automatically on the spot anyway until, the issue is resolved. So, I mean, what's the point?
There it is. Well, the point of this is to inform people about the event. So let us know one more time.
Right. Let's get back to what we're doing here, right?
One more time. You know what I mean? Before we get up out of here, let everybody know what's going on this weekend that Brother Rick has had has organized for the great women of Michigan?
Man, this upcoming weekend, Friday and Saturday, July 30th and 31st, I will be having a free shooting event for interested women at two gun ranges over at Top Gun Shooting Sports and over at Recoil. Why don't we have any gun ranges in Detroit? Politics and racism, and it goes back decades. There's a history lesson there. Maybe the next time I come on, we'll talk about the history of gun control in Detroit. Talk about Dr. Austin's.
Good. That
But
sounds like a
back
good
onto the
conversation.
subject. But on back onto the topic at hand. This Saturday and Sunday, free shooting lessons for women. You don't need to have anything. Rick will have it all. You will have safety glasses, hearing protection. I'll provide you with a gun, ammunition, give you a target. You'll be paired up one-on-one with the firearms instructor to coach you. You'll have a range safety briefing. We're doing it at 2 locations, 2 days. So come at the appointed time, and if everything happens the way it's supposed to, you won't be there long. You'll get your range briefing. You'll be paired up with an instructor. You'll shoot. You'll have fun. And all I ask is that when you're done shooting and you put all those holes in your target, take a picture of you with your target and post it on my page. And give me like enough pictures to make a little scrapbook for this year's
Collage.
event. And then one of these days when I'm older and grayer, I'll have this great collection of pictures of folks that I help facilitate getting proficient with firearms, and I can sing my swan song one day.
Hey man, I'm sure you got a nice collection of those already, man. You've been helping out a lot of people since I've met you, man. You know what I mean? So I'm sure you got a lot of people that appreciate
You've known me for a long time now, man.
I've been yeah, man. It's been a while, man.
Long time.
It's been a while, man. Like I said, and just like you said, you watch me. I've been watching you, man, and you touched a lot of people, including myself. You know what I mean? Like I said, I appreciate you every time. Talk to you for lining me up with all of the information that you have, and especially like I said, man. I know. For being from the east side, right? You probably think that I know a whole lot, if not everything about guns, right?
You still off the main street that matters, right?
I'm still off the main street that matters, man. So, you still taught this east sider, a little bit of something
But
about.
You on 7 Mile, man.
I'm on 7 Mile, man. I'm definitely on 7 Mile, man. So, like I said, I appreciate you, man. Every time, man, speaking with you, man, I learn something new every time we talk. And, like I said, I'm going to keep bringing the people your information as much as I can. And speaking of, we'll be back Thursday, right? Same time.
We'll be back Thursday. Same bat time,
same bat channel. Exactly.
Did you ever watch the original Batman show?
Yes. I know exactly where that came from. Yes. They were still in running around in pajamas. This was before a cartoon. They was running around in pajamas.
Right.
I remember.
You might have some youngins listening to the show, and they might not catch the reference.
They like, no, what the hell is these old guys talking about, man?
Right.
But yeah, man, back.
I want to let you know I appreciate you coming on and letting me do this, and extending the invitation to do it again. And we'll probably mix in some different things. I know we brought up some tangential subjects, man, and that'll be food for thought to explore if we want to take it there on the next visit on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
As well, man. And then, as we talked, man, the other day I solidified the whole situation about the live podcast, the Podathon, that I was telling you about. You know what I mean? We're going to do a real big event in the end of September, and I'm hoping that you can come out and be a guest speaker at that.
Yeah,
man,
I mean, as you were telling me about it, I was looking, and when was the Gun Rights Policy Conference going to be? And I don't see a conflict there, man. So yeah, my schedule there's no conflicts there. I just have to make sure I don't do anything crazy like schedule a class on that day. But other than that, man, I'll keep that date in mind, block it off, and not schedule a class on that day, and I'll definitely be a part of it.
All right, man. Well, we're going to have you on the flyer, man, and, have your Rick's Firearm Academy of Detroit logo on the flyer, man, and have you as a partner on the event, man, and we're going to go ahead and look forward to seeing you on Thursday and informing the people that didn't catch it today, because we're gonna spam this video out to a lot of people and get this out here,
Right,
man.
man.
'Cause we got to get
Spam it
this
all
out,
over
man.
the place, man.
Most definitely, we got to
I
get this
need
out
all
here.
I need all the help I can get. If there's anyone that's watching this either live or on the replay, do me a favor. Repost this video, a link to it on your timeline, and maybe throw a little editorial. Hey, free gun lessons for women. Check it out and put the link there. And let's try to go viral undercover. Facebook, they want people to advertise on their platform, and I don't have a problem with it. And they even give me those annoying messages. Hey, you should be advertising. So, you know what? I actually tried to advertise, man. They don't like what I talk about, and so they won't let me advertise.
And there you go. There you go. It's kind of like a
I have to do
catch-22.
it the underground
You got to
way,
be
man.
organic. You just got to do it
Yeah.
organic, and that's why we're here. You came to Mr. Organic, and we're gonna go ahead and get it on there and get it together. You know what I'm saying?
I like
we're gonna
that,
get the
Mr.
views.
Organic.
Mr.
Okay.
Organic Views over here, man, and we're gonna get it together
Right.
and get you out there, man. And yeah, I'm gonna try to pop up on you Saturday, man, with the camera. Get a little
Oh, man,
coverage on it.
no. Don't ever try to do anything, man.
I mean, yeah,
try.
yeah, we got this. We just got the podcast schedule here at the studio. That's the only thing here. But
you know why? Rumor on the street is, and I haven't seen it with my own eyes, but rumor on the street is that you have the 7 Mile Radio news van.
Yes, sir. We actually do.
It probably has a recording studio already inside of it. It's probably got a couch, a reclining chair. It's probably got a snack bar.
It's
got
coming.
A little mini fridge in there.
It's coming, man. It's coming, man. So yeah, that's part of the reason, man. But yeah, but for that reason and because of that is the exact reason why we might we might pop up on you. Okay, this Saturday.
Hey, so man, turn up, man. Go ahead, turn up.
All right, that's what's gonna happen then, bro. And once again, man, I appreciate you, man, just putting together everything that you put together for our community, man, and bringing the information that you have, man, because it's always valuable, it's always needed, and necessary, and relevant, especially in the city of Detroit. So, hats off to you, brother.
Thank you for having me, and do it again Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. When people see this video, and now they know, if they watch it, they know that we're talking about Thursday. So maybe we'll get even more people watching.
We'll get more people, exactly, most definitely. 1 p.m. same page for everybody that's watching on YouTube and Facebook. Make sure you follow and subscribe to the page that you tune into. And right now, and we'll be back Thursday, man. Good talking to you, brother Rick.
Always, man. Always a pleasure. And again, thank you. And let's do it again Thursday.
Most definitely. We will, man. Good talking to you.